Have you ever wondered if running on sand is dangerous? Well, on the weekend, my girlfriend and I took our cavoodle Jasmine to spend some time at our beach house, and I took it as a good opportunity to do some filming and highlight 3 dangers of beach running. But if you love the beach and want to continue running on sand, at the end I'll also share 3 final tips on reducing your injury risk. Danger 1 is that beaches are an inconsistent and unpredictable environment. Beaches have potholes, sandcastles, rocks, shells, and inconsistent sand firmness that can lead to sudden unexpected disruptions to your mechanics. One of the most obvious would be a rolled ankle, but even one unexpected misstep can cause you to buckle and cause an injury. Missteps are usually okay with something such as walking, but running is a highly dynamic activity, generating force about 2 to 3 times your body weight with every step impacting the ground. So, if this ripple in force is momentarily displaced during the misstep, it can be dangerous. Danger number 2 is an inefficient return of energy from the sand. If you're a runner wanting to reduce your risk of injury, your goal should be to convert as much energy as possible into forward propulsion. Doing so will increase your running efficiency, and as a result, your muscles and tendons will not need to work as hard. However, the sand creates a very inefficient environment. As your body tries to push off the surface, it sinks and makes you work harder. This is different from running on grass, which does sink at initial contact, but when it comes to the push-off phase, it will offer a firm surface once it's been compressed. The magnitude of this inefficiency will obviously depend on the firmness of the sand, and as you assess away from the shoreline, you'll know that there is a large variability in this firmness. Nonetheless, this inefficient return of energy can easily lead to overload of the calves, Achilles, and plantar fascia as they are working in overtime to move forward and aren't getting much return, hence increasing the likelihood of an overuse injury. Danger number 3 is running on a gradual slope. Now, I learned this the hard way a few years ago. I'd moved house and found a great track along a river. It was a 4K loop with 2 bridges at each end, and I would run anti-clockwise every single time. After the first week, I developed pain on the inside of my right ankle. I quickly realized that some sections of this course had a gentle slope towards the water. It was extremely subtle and wasn't even visible to the naked eye, but was significant enough to cause an imbalance, and therefore an overload to my body. We can see why this would lead to an imbalance by carefully observing someone running on a slope. As you can see, the outside ankle needs to rock more into pronation compared to the inside ankle. In most cases, people would be unaccustomed to this rapid pronation, and if done continuously without reprieve, would develop into an injury. Unlike my river run, this sloped environment is more extreme on the beach as the slope travels down to the waterline, so be careful. With these 3 dangers uncovered, let's cover some safety tips so you can continue beach running in the safest way possible. Safety tip number 1 is to aim for a consistent, reliable surface. Running in the morning or just after the tide has receded will often result in a surface absent of potholes and unexpected changes. Even though it might seem reliable, I recommend you still run with a gentle glance down, looking approximately 5 meters ahead to anticipate your foot placement. Safety tip number 2 is to find a spot along the shoreline that provides the most firm push-off. It might not be as firm as hard dirt or road, but the firmer it is, the more efficient you'll be. This will vary from beach to beach, but during low tide, a middle zone between the waterline and the line of the softer sand is usually the best. This is the sweet spot where the receding water has created a packed, smooth surface, but has had enough time in the day to dry out and become firm. My final safety tip is to address the gentle slope towards the shoreline. Your first task is to find a section of the beach where this slope isn't as pronounced. However, even the slightest slope can still be risky. So next is to frequently alternate your running direction to give one side of your body a brief reprieve. The intervals will vary depending on the slope and also how accustomed you are to tolerating a sloped run. But an example will be for every 5 minutes of running in one direction, turn around and run back for 1 minute. As your body becomes accustomed to running on slopes, this ratio can be lengthened. However, if symptoms arise from this imbalance, shorter intervals may need to be taken. I applied this tip to my ankle pain that I mentioned earlier. Throughout the week, I'd alternate my direction around the river. One day clockwise, the next day anti-clockwise. Within 1 week, my pain went away and never came back. Thanks for watching. Here is a video that YouTube has carefully selected for you based on your interests and previous viewing. Therefore, I highly recommend you check it out next.